They say everything happens for a reason, but I suspect everything happens for a Reese's. Like this commercial break. Did you need 15 seconds away from music or 15 seconds to eat a Reese's? Perhaps it's true. Everything happens for a Reese's.
This podcast is brought to you by Colgate Total. We take oral health as seriously as you take sports. That's why Colgate Total Active Prevention uses advanced technology to help prevent oral health problems like cavities and gingivitis before they start. It's clinically proven to provide 24-hour antibacterial protection with twice daily brushing after 4 weeks of use. So get a winning routine and prevent oral health problems before they start. Shop Colgate Total Active Prevention at a retailer near you.
We got to get to the question everyone wants to know. Have you slept? Has it just been a nonstop party?
His eye's not working, Travis. We already went over this.
The eye's not working, so sleep hasn't been great.
Come on now.
I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock, wide awake. I'm in a great place. I mean, I've got so much gratitude for this journey, for what this year's been, and to be where we are.
King of the castle.
You just can't have a meaningful moment with him. You know what I mean, Jason?
Yes. I'm hearing you.
Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, of all over the world. The 92%ers, we love you, and we can't wait to get into this post-Super Bowl Sunday conversation. New Heights is a Wondery show brought to you by Xfinity. We're your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, representing the U.S. of A. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcast, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. Jason, we have one of my favorite shows of all time. It is the end of the season. It is the end of the NFL season. Today should be one of those made-up holidays that you absolutely hate, but can you just tell the people what we have coming up?
Well, it's kind of crazy, Trev. This is actually the first year we've done this show where the Eagles or Chiefs haven't won the Super Bowl.
That's fucking
How
crazy.
nuts is that? That is fucking wild.
That's insane.
So, because neither one of us are in any way a part of our teams winning the Super Bowl, we have decided to invite two of the Super Bowl 60 champions on this show today. That's right. Kupp and AJ Barner are on the program today, and we're going to get into everything else we got into in San Francisco, as well as get into an incredible conversation with first ballot Hall of Famer Drew Brees. Alrighty. It's an absolutely stacked episode. But before we get into any of that, we're going to get into what we always get into, and that's a little bit of that new news.
New news.
New news is brought to you by American Express.
How about it, man?
We got some scheduling updates for you guys. That's right, 92%ers. We got a lot of guests coming up. We have been hot.
We've been working.
That's right. We've been talking to all the people we've always wanted to talk to, and we're looking forward to bringing those conversations to you guys. We have a short little break, but the episodes will be coming out. Don't worry. We've got some doozies. We got Troy Aikman, Randy Moss, John Hamm, Chris Stapleton, the Workaholics, AJ Brown. We're going to let you know when all of these guest episodes are releasing. And if you still need more Kelce in your life, Travis finally appeared on Not Gonna Lie. That's right. Kylie Kelsey's podcast, Not Gonna Lie. Trav, how was it?
Not gonna lie, it was kind of more fun talking to her than you. I'm not gonna lie.
Not surprising.
I understand why you married her a long time ago, but she asked me one question that was like, I sat there and I thought about it, and I wish I would have answered it better. My first impressions of her were that she was such a sweetheart. And I said this at your guys' wedding when I did the wedding speech, but I was like, she is such a sweetheart. She's so nice. She is. But I was like, you don't just win Jason's love. And you don't win him over in terms of like doing things, getting him to do the things that you want him to do, like be a like respectable human being. You don't do those kind of things by just being a sweetheart. So I knew there was an underlining like toughness to her that I hadn't. And then we went to the shore.
Yeah,
and she started talking butter. She started water. She started talking. I can't even fucking do the Philly accent like it needs to be done. But I saw her in her element, and that's where I knew. I was like, oh, she's got him wrapped up around her finger. This dude is lost in the sun. He doesn't know anything but Kai. And from that point on, it's just been that. And I've loved having her as a sister-in-law. And it's been so cool to see her take off in her own right. And not gonna lie, it was a fucking blast, dude.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, the episode turned out great. You and Kai's chemistry and anything that you do, you just like have like I'm serious. You guys have a great relationship, man.
The second child's the best, dude.
No doubt.
We relate. We relate.
Well, you also admitted that you have never read a rundown, which I'm sure the producers of the show love that. They were very appreciative.
What's a rundown?
Alrighty. Kylie also adopted an otter in your name, apparently. Something I didn't even know.
Uncle Trav's over there in the Philly Zoo, man. We got to get over there, man. I got to meet this. I think it's a wild or like a great river otter. I forget the actual name of this otter. It's not the otter that's in my dreams, but it is an honor to be a part of the Philly Zoo like that. So I got to get over there and say what's up.
We'll get over there next time you come into town. That'd be a great out of the house segment. We also got to talk about Travis dominating in front of thousands of people over at the Waste Management.
Dominating.
Yeah, I mean, at least on hole 16, we don't need to look at all the other stuff. The biggest hole in the whole freaking thing, the par 3 in front of the grandstands. Thousands of people's eyes are on Travis Kelce.
It felt like I was walking into the Coliseum. There's like a little tunnel, and I got a cool video. Chris Pearson was kind of following us around. He got a cool video of us like walking into it. Dude, it is such an epic, like you have to do it. Golf lovers everywhere. You have to go to this hole. The 16th hole at Waste Management at the Phoenix Open is unbelievable. It's such a unique like experience. And honestly, it's not just the 16th hole, it's the 17th and 18th is how you finish it off. It's like nothing I've ever been a part of in my life. But you walk into that 16th hole, it's an arena. It's an arena of just people that will either boo you or get hype or get excited over like you getting close to the fucking pin. I was in my element. You give me a bunch of drunk people with an opportunity to get them fired up. I feel like that's like my home. That's like my home. And I felt very comfortable. I will say this though, my caddy, Patrick Bacon, he's taking a lot of credit for this. I went last. Everybody that went had the number, was short. They all went short. And I'm looking at this too. And I'm like questioning in my mind, should I club up or should I just trust my strength over theirs? Like I'm in my head about this. And Patrick Bacon comes up to me and says, "Hey, what do you got in your hand? You should probably rethink this and go get a club up." And not that I wasn't already thinking that, but he gave me the reassurance. So I'll give Patty Bakes the whole, he called me off and told me to club up. I'll give him the compliment there, but he's taking full credit for it.
Yeah.
Talking to anybody.
He's not shying away from talking about it.
No, which he should. That's what caddies do. You know what I mean? They're part of it. It's a team game.
Well, I don't think a lot of caddies do take credit, but Bacon does for sure.
It was a 150 shot or 155, whatever it is. And I went from holding a pitch and wedge to holding a 9-iron, and the 9-iron stuck 2 feet from it. And when I tell you, I stood over the ball for, I don't even know how long. Somebody sent me a video. And I was staring at the ball this long. I don't remember doing that. Dude,
it's intimidating. It really puts it into perspective for like these guys like Rory and these guys making these like putts to win the entire tournament and way more is at stake. That's got to be crazy.
That wasn't even the hardest part.
Oh, what was the hardest part?
Standing over the 2-foot putt.
That's what I'm saying.
Was the hardest part. Dude, though, when I was back there holding the 9-iron, I'm like, I'm just going to give this thing a fucking run and throw it up there. And that thing fucking drew over. I felt like I hit it further up in the air than I hit it further in distance. That thing went high. That thing went so fucking high in the air. The first thing the guy on the mic that was doing the entire 16th hole, he was introducing everybody. As soon as I hit it, he was like, "Whoa, look at that. That thing went high up in the air." Everybody's like waiting for that thing to fucking come down. And then it just stuck. It didn't do much after it hit, and it was perfect, man.
So are you saying you probably actually hit the wrong club? You probably hit it a couple grooves high, which made it actually the right club.
It was the perfect club.
All right.
I didn't catch any grass. That thing was teed up just a little bit, and I hit it smooth, and it was so much fun just being at that event, though. I got to hang with Scotty Scheffler. I got to hang with Brooks Koepka. shout out to Brooks for being such a good dude and being back into the madness. And Scotty, he was over there with his kid, and it was such a fucking unique event. And these pro-ams are so fucking cool. And I had that as a bucket list item in my mind of like, yeah, there's unbelievable courses all over the world. But if I could ever get a shot at the 16th hole at Waste Management, I can't pass that up. I was telling Dennis, like, no, sweetie, I have to go. I'm sorry. Yeah. I have to do this. This is the Mecca. This is like reaching the Super Bowl of like golf world. And it didn't disappoint. Waste Management crowd is so fucking, they're so lit and so excited and so there for those moments that it didn't disappoint, man. It was so much fun.
Well, that's awesome, brother. It was an incredible shot. I loved watching every bit of it. Where do you think it ranks in your athletic achievements of all time?
I mean, it's number one in my golf achievements for sure. There's nothing that even comes close. That was the closest I've ever gotten to a hole in one. Like it was like the perfect shot for the perfect time that I'll live through forever. I'll be able to watch those videos forever. I had Jim Nantz talking about it during the fucking Friday broadcast or the Saturday, Sunday broadcast. If Jim Nantz is talking about my golf, I'm doing something right.
There you go. All right. Well, once again, New News is brought to you by American Express. Let's keep this thing moving.
Let's get to some bold topics. Super Bowl edition. How about it? Bold Topics is brought to you by Pepsi. One of our favorites. We were a Pepsi household growing up. I'm a Wild Cherry Pepsi fan myself. Big Ed Kelsey likes a nice little diet Pepsi. But shout out to all the Pepsi out there. Seahawks are your Super Bowl 60 champions. And we love the old Northeast Ohio ball player, Mike Vrabel, and a lot of the Patriots over there. But the Seahawks, they had the juice going into it, man, and they defeated the Patriots 29-13. I'm not going to lie. I kind of imagined this would happen, and it definitely was a good game. And there was a point there when Drake May started getting the fucking juices going in the late third, early fourth, and they started to make a run at it. But man, the Seahawks just had too much, man. With Kenneth Walker, with our guy AJ Barner and Cooper Kupp, man, they just had the juice, and I couldn't be happier for the guys over there because a lot of the guys are guys you can root for, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the Super Bowl. Both of these teams are very good. Both of their defenses had been playing, out of their minds all postseason, and Seattle is just loaded across the board. Like it's a team that really doesn't have a weakness, which is kind of why I thought that they would prevail. Like it felt like they were the more talented group across the board, but you never know. I mean, the Patriots were such a good team, so well coached by Coach Vrabes and Josh McDaniels. Like all year, they just had been overachieving. And yeah, Seattle just proved to be a little bit too much, man. They're unbelievable on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they didn't make the mistakes that they had kind of been prone to, right? Like Sam Darnold had a bunch of turnovers in the regular season, doesn't have any in the postseason. And he didn't do that by being conservative. He was still taking his chances. He was still being aggressive through the air. But you got to give some love to the kicker. How about this? We're giving love to the kickers. Pinning some guys down inside the 5, making field goals. I am. Jason Myers. I mean, through the first half, there was only field goals. This guy was nailing everything.
This guy went over with Pat McAfee trying to kick a field goal, and all of a sudden he has appreciation for the kicking game now.
Well, I mean, listen, it's the biggest game of the year. We're freaking nailing kicks. Those are huge.
Trailed for 1 minute and 35 seconds total this entire playoffs. How fucking insane is that?
That is crazy. So they just got off to the jump and just freaking were leading all the way. I mean, they blew out San Fran. Then the big one was the Rams game, which that was the team they had struggled with and had the closest battles with all season. So, yeah, I mean, it is surprising. I mean, they were the best team in football this year. The reality was, like, if you look at it across the board, it was really them and L.A., those two teams in that division were the most consistently great teams all season long. And, like, yeah, the Patriots had an incredible season in the AFC, so did the Broncos. But I thought that those two teams in particular were the best all year. They continued that throughout the playoffs, and they continued in the Super Bowl. And it's a credit to Sam Darnold for where he's come in his career, all the ups and downs, and being with 5 different teams. Cooper Kupp gets cast out in LA, comes back, resurgence in Seattle. It's just a remarkable story of a team that was assembled, man, and how great they ended up being across the board. It reminds me a lot of, our 17 season. And I mean, a lot of Super Bowl teams, but you get like just the right group of guys that all come together, man. And it feels like everything's clicking. The chemistry's there. I mean, Sam Darnold is now, everybody's talking about him being a star, but certainly not while the whole season was happening. it doesn't have that like star-studded MVP quarterback. I mean, I think Leonard Williams is unbelievable. It doesn't have the Aaron Donald or like the Myles Garrett. Like they're just all really, really good across the board. They were a great team, and it's an incredible year for that city and that franchise. And Mike Macdonald in his second year in Seattle. And
how about that, man? Mike Macdonald's the same age as Jason Kelce.
We just hired an offensive coordinator that's 33 years old. It's nuts, man. I mean, teams keep hiring these younger coaches, and I think it's for a reason, man. I think these young guys come in and they're very smart, but they have a mindset that's open. They're eager to prove themselves. Listen, the old ball coaches have great strengths and whatnot too, a lot of experience, but I think it's interesting that it appears that, the league keeps going younger and younger with a lot of these coaching hires. Congrats to Mike Macdonald. He finally gets to see his son.
Nice, man.
All right, you've heard enough of our thoughts on the game. Let's get to someone who actually played in it. 92%ers.
Yeah.
Please welcome back to the two-time Super Bowl champion and the first ever in NFL history to lead two different franchises in receiving yards and a Super Bowl win, Mr. Cooper Kupp.
Good man.
Thank you, guys.
Coop.
Doggone. Congrats, big guy.
Thank you.
That was a hell of a game.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, net positive. We're in a net positive state right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Tordell still hanging on right now, or what?
Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great over here.
There we go.
My left eye is not working great. It's been, not a whole lot of sleep the last couple of days. But it's been fantastic.
As it should be.
Is the left eye not working a result of the game or not sleeping?
It's just not sleeping. It's just
that is commitment to partying. Way to go.
This is the thing, guys.
Way to go. Fuck seeing. I'm partying with my boys.
I wish I had a great story for you guys, but this is what happened.
All right.
Our boys, I got three little boys, and when I'm with the family after the game, they had a long day. They were pumped. They were out there screaming their lungs out. They started crashing around 12 o'clock, and started, so it was really what the issue was getting them ready for bed.
Nice.
We're changing diapers. We're getting pajamas on. Pajamas have holes in them, which obviously aren't going to work. They're not going to work for bedtime. You got to get those, got to get different pajamas. It's the family stuff, man. It's the family stuff. Life goes on. You win a championship, you win a Super Bowl, all this stuff, but man, life goes on.
It is funny because I was fortunate to win one in 17 before I had kids, and it was a nonstop party for like 4 or 5 days. And then the Super Bowl, we lost the Super Bowl, so that was part of it too. I was with my family the moment the game was over, and you're just like basking in that. So I'm sure you've experienced it a couple different ways at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing, and that's what you have your moment in the locker room with the guys, and that's such a special thing. But then it's like, how quick can I find my family, be with my boys, be with my wife? And that was, sharing this, it was like, when we're not jumping around the room screaming, it was just like the silence of us being able to hold my boys, have my wife right next to me. Like that was all I wanted.
That's awesome, brother. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats again, brother. The two-time Cooper Kupp. The first time is always the sweetest, man. The second time has to be fucking epic for you right now, especially because it's with a team that it seemed like you guys just had the fucking you guys just had the juice, man. And it's such a unique thing when you see the team loving each other like it was. Like you told us the stories last week, and it was just, you could tell how close you guys were. Yeah. Mike Macdonald, your coach, after the game even said Cooper is an absolute force multiplier, an absolute stud of a person, stud of a teammate. Have you been called a stud this many times in your life?
It's a lot of stud. It's a lot of stud.
Yeah. There we go. It's a net positive guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Can't look past this though. This should cement him in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Super Bowl MVP, 2-time champion, all-time great teammate. The guy was just loving you up at the end of it, man. It just shows how close you guys are, man.
Yeah, and we got a great group. Real quick, you got to plunge that French press for me.
Plunge the
French press for me. Yep, there we go. Pour yourself.
This man is dialed.
You just okay. In the future, you just a nice slow press. Nice little.
Was that
fast.
too much? Was that too fast?
It was a little fast, but it's okay.
In the future.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
It's ooh, that's a good color.
Yeah, that's a good looking cup of coffee.
Smell
But
it
yeah,
from
this
here.
was this group. It was so much fun to be a part of. I can't
It's still
talk with
going.
you.
This is unbelievable. It's still going. Oh!
But yeah, this group was so much fun. It was so much fun to be a part of this team, and I've appreciated working with Mike. He's been unbelievable, and I mean all those things he said. You don't go to the Hall of Fame for being a great teammate, but you don't go to the Hall of Fame for winning 6 Super Bowls either. We just learned, right? So, I mean, which one?
That's a tough bit.
What do you go to the Hall of Fame for at this point?
What exactly are the credentials to get me in the Hall?
Yeah, it's up for debate right now, apparently, but he'll be in. He'll be in. Sorry, that one just popped in my head as I was talking.
I feel like you've only had coaches under the age of 40,
Yeah,
which is insane. Like, what is the everyday like? Because I've literally only been in a building where it feels like my football dad or like my fucking like uncle is like looking at me like, you need to pick this shit up. And it's like, there's like an authority figure that's like there, that's like, has like the years of wisdom through like Brett Favre and like the legends that we grew up playing. Like, I only have that understanding through that. Like, what is it like playing for a guy that's like young, high energy? Like, not to say that Andy's not, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it is. It's that's all I know. So I've had young coaches, basically my entire life. I mean, same thing in college. So I don't know any different. Energy and all that stuff is fantastic. And there's never been an issue in terms of the like wisdom piece or the authority piece.
I was going to say, like lack of wisdom.
Yeah, but I think what I've appreciated is there's like from Mike, there's been a humility that I think is really special. And, I think the like accountability is a big part of that, being able to admit that you don't know everything. And that's a huge part of being a leader that is, undervalued. And, if you think you know it all, it's tough to collaborate, and collaboration is where football lives, and
for sure.
He's been awesome about that. And so I've really enjoyed being with Mike.
Dude, I can't agree more. Like I've had young coaches, I've had old coaches, and don't get me wrong, Andy Reid's a 101, Trav, but I find a lot of the times these young coaches that are hungry and really trying to make it do have this growth mindset just inherently. Like they want knowledge. They're trying to grow as much as possible, and they don't think they have everything figured out. And that's certainly one of their advantages. Yeah. And as far as like leading anybody, like don't get me wrong, if you've done something before, you get that initial buy-in easier. But at the end of the day, players just, if you as a coach or a leader as a player in the team, if I feel like you genuinely want me to be a better football player, not for any ulterior motive of like career furtherment or like whatever other bull crap gets in the way. Like if you genuinely, I can tell that you just want what's like me to be the best version of myself I can be, dude, I will follow that guy like wherever, like he's honest or like authentic, all that stuff. And it feels like Mike has that in spades. Obviously you guys had that like incredibly all year round. You could feel the tightness to this team. Yeah. Let me get this back to the game though. Yeah. Is this how the game was expected to go? Like what did you guys think as the game was going around? Yeah, I mean, we expected to go out there and win the thing.
Come on, it's just what we expected to go out there and win the thing. We talked it into it.
But you're playing against a really, really good football team. You're not in this. You don't get to the Super Bowl, regardless of all the storylines around. Like they had to navigate the storylines about whether they deserve to be there and all this stuff, and that's just it's all baloney, right?
Yeah, it's all nonsense.
They are in the Super Bowl for a reason. They're a good football team. Yeah. They're well coached. There's good players over there. So you're playing against the best in the world. It's the best in the world. Like you're in the NFL, you're playing against the best in the world. But the expectation was to go out there and win. And I thought they had a really good plan early on. I thought offensively, we were uphill on a lot of plays early on, where it's like, man, they've got a good feel for stuff. They're putting their players in really good positions, and we were making some mistakes that didn't allow us to finish drives. And luckily, J-My was unbelievable finishing drives and field goals for us. But then end of the day, the defense just played lights out. And that gives you so much confidence offensively.
Come on, man.
When those guys are just like stop after stop after stop, and you just know that, hey guys, some of these drives, like an 8-play drive that eats up clock and flips the field, is a win offensively at this point in the game, right? Like,
right.
It's crazy, man.
We play this game. We just do the things right. Like, we don't need to play outside of our own stuff. They've got a good plan for us. Let's make some plays. Let's finish these drives. The defense is going to get us into a short field, and we're going to go finish it, score a touchdown, and put the game away. And I thought as the game went on and that became clear, this is a game that we can be in that space. We did a good job adjusting and being able to be in a place where it's like, hey, we can grind this game out where it's not even a chance. You don't give them a chance to do anything.
Amen, brother. And you guys did just that.
Yep.
Do you have any idea what's in store for the future? Have you thought about that? Or are you still in reflection mode, at least for the next foreseeable few days?
I mean, yeah, I think you take a couple of days and enjoy this. It's the NFL. You know, like this team that we had this year is not going to be the same. And so I'm enjoying, we got today, tomorrow's the parade, and we get, our last 2 days to be with this team and what this 2025-26 Seattle Seahawks team was about. But then it's going to be look forward. And, I love to be a part of this organization and what these guys are doing and what's being built here. And then the goal is then like, hey, you got 6 weeks until, it's 8 weeks until OTA start. So,
right.
How are we going to start building for what this organization is going to do for the next year? And, it doesn't stop. Time keeps going on. And we got like the Seattle Seahawks of 2026-27. It technically starts now, and so we're behind.
I love it. Isn't it crazy? You win the freaking Super Bowl, and then immediately you're already thinking about what are we going to do to get back there. Yeah, but it doesn't stop.
That's why you have to enjoy. I've said you have to enjoy the journey. The journey is everything. Because if you're living for this, if you're living for this week, like this is one week. You get to enjoy the game, be with your family, reflect on it. The parade happens, and it's like you got to move forward. And this is you're not going to find everyone here is going to be like, man, it hasn't hit me yet. It's not going to hit you. It's not like a moment that's like, oh, suddenly it's going to happen. It's like, no, what you're going to remember is, some of this week, but what you're going to remember is, the training camp, like the grind of things and being like, man, I remember when we were exhausted. So the conversation we had in the locker room where guys are so tired that they're laughing, they're like giggling because they're just so delusional, but it's like, man, those moments, it's all of those things that are going to be so valuable. All the adversity that you deal with, all those things. How low did we go? How all these moments that were like, man, you're at the bottom that make the top feel so much better. And you're going to remember that journey. And that's what's the most valuable piece of this whole thing.
Dude, you're getting me fucking fired up right
Seriously,
now.
I'm getting goosebumps.
That shit's epic, man.
We do got to wrap. I got one more question. Parade tomorrow. What are we rolling with for the parade? You got an outfit selected?
I'm talking to the costume. I'm actually talking to the outfit master here. I want to do something. I want to do something cool. I've had thoughts like, do you get an Ichiro jersey? Do you do like a King Griffey? Do you do something like that? I don't know. Listen, Jason, if you've got an idea, you send it over to me and we can maybe make some, if it aligns, we make something happen. You know what I mean?
All right. Perfect.
Okay. You let me know.
I'm going to get this coffee in me and then these ideas just start flowing. That's how it works.
Just going to brew up some ideas. We got our guy, AJ Barner, pulling up after this.
Let's go. So pumped for Barnyard, man. Hey, that play, this touchdown was almost a disaster. It was almost a disaster.
How?
Oh, we were all out there. Look, there was a problem. I think it was on the wristband, but we called the play. Jackson is out at the time. He's going through his protocol to get back out. The call ended up being like the formation was backwards to what the play call was. And so we end up like me and Rashid end up on the same side. I'm like, dude, we're like, no, you're on the other side. But then the formation's backwards. I see AJ running towards me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to run the wrong route. So I changed it on the fly. We almost had a
let's go
disaster. We got it done. We got it done.
Ball player.
Unbelievable teammate. Decision making at when it needs to happen. I love it, man. Way to go.
That's so epic, man. We got him up next. That's a fucking banger. I was about to ask you, what should we ask him? But you just told us everything.
Exactly.
I can't wait to tell. I don't know if he'll even be aware of it, but He'll
He doesn't
even know
what you did. He doesn't even know.
He might not even know that I almost ran right into him because I was about to run the wrong route. And literally at the snap, I'm like, oh, I have to fix it.
That was a great play too. Whoever fucking put that together, that was an awesome fucking play.
Oh no.
We lost him. Coop. Just come back. What
an electric story, though.
That's epic.
The Ethernet cord has been found. We're in business.
Coop, I believe you were talking about the play, AJ Barner play, and you're saying he might not know, might not even have a clue.
Yeah. He might not be aware of what was happening on the outside and the consternation that was happening between me and Rashid, knowing that we were told the play was being run the opposite direction,
Yes.
Yeah. But who knows? Maybe he's so dialed in out there that he was aware and was going to make it happen,
So did you go from like running like a backside dagger to like a hitch?
No, I went from running a backside basic to a take two post. So,
Ooh, yeah. Take two. You cleared it out for him?
Yeah, but I don't know that the coverage really did. My job on that job, at the end of the day, I just need to get out of the way. Like the coverage we got, right. The coverage we got was perfect. I just had to get out of there. But it would have been bad if I was running a basic. There's a chance I'm just collisioning AJ coming out of that wing spot. Who knows?
Just a ball player, man. Right. Just a ball player.
Either way, that's why it pays to have smart players, man.
That's what it pays to have guys that work with the QBs at 6 a.m. and are in the fucking blitz meetings.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
We had said if this ever gets called backwards, remember you guys got to be ready.
All right, Coop, we're not going to keep you any longer, man. We appreciate you coming back on.
Of course.
Congrats again, brother.
Thank you, guys.
So happy for you, man.
Enjoy the parade. Enjoy being a champion.
King of the castle.
This is the favorite saying of the day.
All right, thank you to our presenting sponsor, Xfinity.
Xfinity knows that a lot can change in 5 years, so they created Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Oh, how about that? Xfinity members, you don't have to worry about their internet price changing. That's right. Get one price for 5 years, guaranteed.
No contracts, no commitments, just reliable Wi-Fi, all at the same price.
5 years from now, who knows where we'll be? But Xfinity members, they'll know one thing. That's right. They're still going to be paying that same internet price they locked in today.
Get it now at Xfinity.com.
Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Thank you to our partner, American Express.
All right, now, 92%ers, question for you. What's the number one most stressful part of traveling?
I mean, it's got to be the airport, right?
Bingo. You could have it all planned out, then find yourself running through the terminal, coat half on, phone at 3%. It's chaos.
But after years of constant travel, I've learned something very important, Travis.
Ooh, here we go. Jason, hit him with that veteran wisdom.
Rushing to your flight isn't the play.
No, it's not.
You got to find an escape inside the airport. That's where American Express Platinum Card comes in handy.
Yes, because when you're a card member, you can step away from the chaos and into the comfort of a lounge.
Ooh, who doesn't love a good lounge?
I love a good lounge.
With Amex Platinum, you can enjoy access to over 1,550 airport lounges through the largest global lounge network as compared to other credit card companies as of July 2025.
You walk in, it's calm, relax. Enjoy a top-notch meal, maybe. It's a destination before the destination, if you're catching what I'm saying.
I'm catching what you're saying. That's right. It makes airports more enjoyable. That's the bottom line. And that's a veteran move.
If you travel a lot, you know award-winning service when you see it. That's right. And it's true what they say. There's nothing like platinum.
Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withplatinum.
Thank you to our partner, Raising Cane's.
Coming off the big game in San Francisco, we wanted to give a big shout out to Raising Cane's and founder Todd Grace for coming out to the New Heights party.
Good food, good times, two things Cane's and Todd know a thing or two about.
That's right. We had some chicken fingers, some cane sauce, all at the party, and god dang, those things are good.
All right, now, and this week, Cane's is hosting a fan event. The Seahawks, Sam Darnold, is going on a Super Bowl quarterback shift at Cane's. That's right. He's going to be working at registers, serving up box combos in the kitchen, making Cane's sauce. I didn't even know they made that sauce. I thought that sauce was already made. And obviously, he's going to be celebrating a championship with the fans.
Well, this is going to be a fun partnership Cane's does, and we can't wait to see it. Shout out to Todd Graves, and shout out to Raising Cane's delicious chicken finger meals. Well, that wraps up Cooper Kupp's interview. Let's move it on over to our next guest, our next champion.
Oh, man. I can't wait for you guys to meet old Barnhouse.
Hey, Cleveland boys.
What up?
The champ is here.
Come on. Jason, I never met you, bro. AJ, good to meet you.
Good to meet you, AJ. Always good to meet a fellow Northeast Ohio guy.
Yes, sir. We stick together, dog.
Just a ball player.
We just play ball.
Let's go.
We just play ball. Rain, snow.
Parking lot.
Cement.
Turf.
Super Bowl.
Matter. Pick the place. I'll be there.
Let's fucking go. And you got a tutty in the game?
Man,
you kidding me?
Needed that.
You kidding me?
Yeah, man.
Needed that.
Well done. Well done. All right. We're going to do an intro, and then we're going to get right to it. Sound good, AJ?
Sounds good.
All right, in 92%ers, we are not done. We've got one more world champion Seattle Seahawk for you. Our next guest is 6'6" tight end from Aurora, Ohio. He's won a national title at the University of Michigan, and now he is a Super Bowl champion with the Seattle Seahawks. 92%ers, please welcome to the show, swag champ AJ Barnyard Barner.
Yes, sir.
Just a Northeast Ohio ball player.
Yeah,
Getting
baby.
the tutty in the Super Bowl, dude. Did you black out before you hit the fucking on him, dog?
Man, you know how it is. Just, yes, blacked out, slow motion. Everything just becomes slow motion, and then just all the boys find you, and it's just like, it's hard to collect yourself after that and be like, all right, like, let me finish this game and be ready to go make another play.
Dude, so epic, dog. And it was a big-time touchdown, the only touchdown, man.
Oh, yeah.
We had Cooper on this thing talking about how he heard the play might have been flipped, or there might have been just like a little bit of like a miscommunication on where, Did you know that was going on?
I just caught wind of that, and like you know how it is, Trav. I heard yada yada, why scissors? I'm like, all right, bet I know the play. Like,
scissors,
air this thing out.
Not on me, baby.
I know where to line up. You boys line up. Let's get this damn play called.
Bro,
yeah,
that's so fucking good, dog. You came through, so it's a great fucking play design, by the way. Fucking awesome. Yeah. I'm sure you guys had ran the run to that where you're helping out to the outside zone to it and everything. I've ran that play once or twice in my day from the backfield. Being from the backfield and running a corner, the hardest part is getting through the linebacker coming to meet you, and you just fucking slid him. Just a little, bro. If he fucking if he collisions you, that play is a completely different play.
No doubt.
Walk us through it, man. You saw him coming through the fucking hole or what?
Hold on. We got it on tape. Let's play it, and then do you want to talk over it if you want, AJ? Sound good?
Sure, let's hear. Bring out the broadcast and the guy. Let's go, man.
Let's see how it breaks down the tape.
I'm about to have this at TEU next year. You're going to be on the fucking drawing board, dude.
Facts. I was gonna bust your balls a little bit, Trav. I was gonna say, man, like people don't say that Trav blocks. Trav does block for sure, but some of the DNs be working with Trav a little bit. Like, I don't know what we gotta do, but they show love a little bit.
Good union work. You already know. We good? Good?
Yeah, you good? All right. But so we run the shit out of outside zone. This is Zorro concept, but I'm sure you guys know Zorro.
Yeah.
And like this combination is two tight ends, Zorro blocking and end big to like usually the corner, the safety who's down, who's this guy who's down next to the linebacker.
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously we're going 2 for 2 there. We've ran the hell out of it. And like Trav said, pre-snap, like I'm looking over there. I guess the formation was messed up. And I'm trying to get a peek. Like, all right, who am I going to have to navigate here to get out? And again, like, it's like, I feel like the route is what it is on the paper, but it's like, all right, like, how can I get out and just get free? So, yeah, if you run it, just navigate it out of there. And as soon as I seen Coop clear, I was just off his hip And then could have been a little bit smoother, but
could have been smoother. What are you talking about? You got a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
No, bro, are you kidding me?
nah, for sure. Maybe could have stayed up, but
Oh, get out of here.
I'm just like running.
Bro, when you got through second level clean, were you like, I'm open, bro?
Bro,
The fucking like
it's
the
like,
way
dog,
the mind
just-
works is just like,
Yeah. It's like, where's this ball at? I'm trying to find it, track it.
I know it's coming.
And you know how it is too. Like, I'm looking for the quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the quarterback's eyes and like where he's at in the pocket. You see it in the air, the trajectory of it finally. Like, once you locate the quarterback, and then it's just like, all right, let me go glue this.
There we go, baby.
And then boom,
Let's
the
do
world
it.
stops, slow motion. Yeah. But I feel like you live those moments out before they happen. Like,
The only reason I wanted to play this back is you guys do such a good job of selling this. The backers actually run through, right?
yeah.
And that's why I want to give Darnold some props here. He stands there and delivers this with it. He knows he's about to get crushed.
Oh, yeah.
Linebacker is coming down right on top of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like right in front of him.
Yeah.
Doesn't bat an eye, knows that you're going to be there.
Sammy's a dog, man.
Just well done by both of you guys.
Sammy's a dog. Physical cat, too. Played linebacker in high school. So if you're playing ball for the Seahawks, you better be able to lower some pads.
You just spoke to Jason's soul when you said he played linebacker in high school.
Damn straight,
Yeah.
damn straight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how you feeling, bud? Super Bowl champion.
Feeling really good.
Yeah.
Our team's a little like, we got some vets on the team on our offense.
Mhm.
I'm definitely a young cat.
Swag champ, though, baby. You already know. You bring the juice.
Yes, sir.
You bring the juice for the old cats, dog. You already know.
You got to. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. I'm going to enjoy it for sure. But quite honestly, I'm just trying to take it all in.
Dude, I'm so happy for you. Have you slept yet?
Yeah, bro. After the game, I was honestly just with the fam. Like, we were in San Jose, like way outside the city. So we got after it a little bit, but like, you guys know how it is too. Like, the peak is that confetti falling down. Like, is the club in San Jose going to do it for me after that? Like, probably not. Probably not. But eventually, I'm going to celebrate in the right way.
Well, you better be. You got a parade tomorrow, right?
For sure.
You geared
for sure.
up? You know what you're wearing?
I might channel my inner Jason on the mic.
Let's
Let's
go.
go, baby. Can't wait to hear this.
Hell yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Have you thought about what you're going to say? If you're going to get on the mic?
No.
They
No,
gotta
let's let it
you
go.
on the
But
mic.
I'm
Yeah,
one of the
just-
guys too. Like, Coop, let's get Coop on the mic. Let's get Sammy on
For
the
sure.
mic. I'll vibe with the crowd. I'm gonna
Yeah.
live life and just enjoy the moment and see where it takes me.
Are you more of a beer or liquor guy? What are we going with?
Beer for sure.
If I could
Northeast
tell you one
Ohio,
advice,
man, Midwest beer.
if I could give you one bit of advice, dude, if you stick with the light beer, you're going to be good.
You're good.
Right? The moment you
Dude.
start pouring the shots down, everybody's,
Bro.
oh, we want to do, yeah, no.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
You're going to be bad. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know when the beers are starting to kick,
Yes.
and the liquor
Dude.
will hit you out of nowhere
Sneaks up on you. Yeah. Give you that right hook.
for sure.
This guy's won a title before. How does this feel compared to when you won it in Michigan?
I just feel like when you have a team, like the ingredients are there. Like, y'all have won championships before. Like, there's a lot of similarities between championship teams. And I felt that with this team. And I'm a little bit spoiled because, like, I've had the confetti and reached the pinnacle at that level. Obviously, it's different. But to
course
have
it
the
is, yeah,
experience
but
just
still.
2 short years ago, it's been incredible. And obviously, like, the Super Bowl is a whole nother level. But, like, quite frankly, I feel like the vibe that you get with this team is, like, we just kind of expected to be here. And now it's happened. And it's like, holy shit, like, we did it. You know? So I think it's just going to continue to settle in and be better and better. But, you know, we're going to enjoy it. And then, shit, next year's going to roll around and we'll have a target on our back.
That's how it goes, baby.
Well, you'll definitely have the target on your back, but that's what you want. It's good to have the target on your back.
Yeah.
It's an honor
No
to
doubt.
have the target on your back, man. It's the best shit ever.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Well, in your first year, do you have a welcome to the NFL moment? I mean, I guess it's winning the Super Bowl. That's a hell of a welcome
Man.
to the NFL moment.
Arana.
I've been saving this story for a great podcast. And
Let's go!
Let's go, please.
Big hit here.
Bless us. Please
Big
bless us.
hit here. And I got to look at my guy Rich here because I've been saving this one and we'll see where it goes. But okay, so
right.
Cooper Kupp mentioned that I'm just you never know what you're going to get.
Of course.
And Coop had mentioned to the media this story about me being Captain Hook. Which can be taken in so many different directions. So many different directions.
Yes.
But if you know me, I'm gonna have fun always, but I'm gonna always be in control. And that's besides the point. But y'all will figure that out. But anyway.
Okay. All right.
Week 6, Jaguars away.
Yes.
Pull up to the stadium. Normal routine. Y'all know how it is. Gotta go to the bathroom before the game. And you know that bathroom's got to. And you know that bathroom's going to be a nightmare the longer you wait.
Oh, for sure.
In multiple ways.
So I get up in there. I'm one of the first people to get in the locker room. Bet, I'm going to go do my thing, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Do my thing, dude. AJ, you're hilarious.
Get down to the bathroom. Big guy. Y'all know how it is in the stall. I go to lean forward and sit back. Crack my head on this hook that's on the back of the stall, bro.
Yeah.
And it's one of those moments where you kick your dresser, something in the house, and you're like, mother, what? You know what I'm saying? I sit down, blood rushing down my head.
No!
I'm like, yo. So I get up, don't do my business. I get up, and my teammates know me. I'm like, fuck, where's the training room? The fuck, I just split my head open, bro. I'm looking around the training room, bro. Finally make the training room. I get up in there. They're obviously bro, what just happened? And I'm trying to elaborate to them. I'm trying to get ready for the game. There's blood rushing down my face. The next thing they hit me with is, we're going to have to cut your hair. No! I'm not the lettuce, bro.
Anything but that.
Anything but the lettuce.
I just got it trimmed. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. They cut out this little patch, which I still low-key have a little bald spot. No stitches, thank God. Thank God, no stitches. We put a piece of gauze in it. I wear a skull cap. I go back to that same stall.
You gotta finish
my business in that stall, just to let that stall know it's not going to have power over me. And then
assert my dominance.
You had to let that stall know who the fuck
had to let it know.
Captain Hook.
Had to let the stall know the barnyard was there. And then went out, won the game, had my season high in receiving yards, basically off one catch that I had for 61 yards. And we won the game, and I cracked my head open, and that's it.
Captain Hook!
Captain Hook. There we go, baby.
Crazy.
That's so crazy, dog.
But y'all can only imagine, just getting in that frame of mind for the game, and next thing you know, you just cut your head open and just blood. I was like, bro, what are we doing? So it was epic.
I've only known one story from that in college. We had a guy, I won't say his name, everybody from the university will know him, but he would bash his head through the drywall right before the game. We'd all assimilate in this one area.
We all know that one guy.
Yeah, and he would bang it, and there were just holes in all the walls. Well, we go to the bowl game in Canada, the International Bowl, and my guy goes to do it again, and he hits a stud and gashes his entire head.
Bro. No,
he couldn't play in the game.
He didn't play?
Couldn't play.
Damn.
Dude,
I figured that would be the guy that'd be like, hey, I'm still playing. But nah.
Well, I think he wanted to. They didn't let him.
Yeah, of course. He definitely wanted to. Everyone knows that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You need one of them on the team.
And if you're from Cleveland, you may or may not have been that guy before,
I've been there. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I've been there before.
There you go. I've been there. All right, one more before we let you go. We got to ask about this quote, blocking for Kenneth Walker. All right. Grind meat, carry water. We get it done in the trenches, baby.
All right now. That's a fucking
All right.
banger right
Where did
there.
this come from?
The
This sounds like
barnyard.
something out of like Keanu Reeves. This sounds like something like I would have heard in like The Replacements or something like that.
Bro, like you guys said, like sometimes the boys need a little pick me up on offense. I play tight end. I'm next to the O-line. Like I kind of got my cred for being a blocker, even though
Fuck yeah, you
know,
get
I feel
after
like
it, dude.
You know, oh yeah, I get after it in the trenches, and I love my O-line. I love running the rock, and I played at Michigan, and we run the piss out of the ball.
Yeah.
And when you're wearing on a team, you're grinding freaking meat. When it comes down to the end of the game, you need a 4-minute drill, grind meat. So it just became like some of the guys at first, you know how some of the guys are. I'm like, man, let's grind this meat. Grind meat, carry water. So it just became a thing. And like the O-line loves
For
it.
60 minutes of your life, we're about to fucking grind this goddamn meat. God damn it, for the fucking Super Bowl.
I love it.
We're about to grind meat and just run the piss out of the ball and just, bro, like, yeah, so that's what it became. And I feel like everyone knows the saying, like, chop wood, carry water. So it just became grind meat, carry water. And that's just the mentality that the Hawks play with. Like, we play bully ball. We want to get after it in the trenches, and that's what it is.
Fuck
I love
yes,
it.
dude.
I love it. I'm stealing it, too. I love it. Grind meat,
Hell
baby.
yeah. Grind meat.
Dude, AJ, not enough time with your dog, but we're going to let you go, bro. I know you got some celebrating to do, bro. It's such a fucking honor to be able to get you on the pod. You already know, Northeast Ohio ball player, bro. Since I met you, I knew you were going to fucking keep doing great things, man. So happy for you, brother.
I appreciate that. Bro, we gotta tap in. I just want to pick your brain on some ball, and obviously, you know, talk ball and all that. So but great to meet you too, Jason. Appreciate you guys having me on here, man. It's been an honor, and got a lot of love for you guys, man.
Honor's all ours. Congratulations, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
Captain Hook.
All right, Captain
Ladies
Hook.
and gentlemen,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, sir.
All righty, thank you to Kupp and AJ Barner. Let's hit on some non-football Super Bowl stuff. How about that, Trav?
I just fucking love those dudes, man. Both of them A1 people, ball players. God damn, it's got to be a fun fucking team to be on right now.
I can't wait to see the parade tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be epic.
We got out of the house in San Francisco at the Super Bowl this week.
Yes, we did.
What was the best party?
The fucking New Heights party. It was the best, dude. And I may be biased because New Heights is New Heights, but we had everybody that I could have ever wanted to come through. We got to play some fucking arcade games. I never get around arcade games enough. Like I left that party being like, man, I wish I could just play a few more games. Like, why did they have to just end the night like that?
You're right. Everybody that was there were so many incredible people. I don't even want to start listing them just because it's like, where do you stop and where do you start?
Yeah.
But it was star-studded. It was a ton of people that helped put the show on. Shout out to everyone in the New Heights production and with Wondery and Amazon. And it was awesome on every single level. And we had a blast.
Oh, best place you chugged a beer, dude. You were all over the place.
Listen, I like going to places whenever we get into these cities and checking things out and getting a good feel and doing the tourist thing, and had an idea I'm going to drink a beer at all these places like that I've always wanted to visit and be at and have a beer at. So, you know, we avoided getting any fines for open containers because I just drink them as fast as possible before the cops can show up. And then it's, so we're just having a good time.
All right, now.
This jacket that I wore to the night's party is from a store called Love on Hate. Got to shout them out over in the Hate District of San Francisco, where the hippie movement basically started with the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin. Yeah, man, a lot of freaking awesome. Oh yeah, man, pretty cool. It's a tie-dye shop. Apparently, will always be a tie-dye shop.
I love some good tie-dye, man. The thing is epic.
San Francisco was an awesome city. Probably drank about 60 to 70 beers throughout the whole week. So gonna recharge it. Had a blast. Did you DJ anywhere?
No, I'm not a DJ quite yet, but I am a like proud supporter of DJs everywhere. I am a big music guy, and I'll go everywhere. I saw two of my favorites over in Loud Luxury at the Tight Ends of Friends party with George and Claire, and hung out with the Chainsmokers. Saw my guy Disco Lines.
Did you see Shabuzi?
I did. I dapped up Shabuzi.
He came over to the hotel. I was like, I was just with your brother. I'm like, oh, okay, dope.
So it was like a drive-by dap up, man. Love you.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Yeah.
And kept it moving, man. But Shabuzi's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah. I felt like that's 90% of my conversations at the Super Bowl. I never get a fucking good, like, hang with anybody. Even if I've known you my entire life, it's always just like a quick, like, how are things?
Well, there's,
great. we got to catch up. I got to keep moving. And
We're
it's
moving
the
and
worst.
shaking. There's a lot of
Yeah. But it was awesome to see them. And I ended up catching Stapleton live, man. That was the coolest performance I think I've ever seen at a Super Bowl. Seeing Stapleton in person in a venue like that, it was I don't want to say it was intimate, but whoever's event that was, which I just showed up because it was Chris Stapleton, but whoever's event that was fucking, they played it perfectly. Stapleton went up there and fucking rocked the stage as he always does. It was just such a vibe, man.
Kylie and I have been to a number of Stapleton shows at this point. I mean, he does not disappoint in
Ever.
any venue, but there is something. We saw him last year's Super Bowl, and it was a similar environment where it's not like small, but there's something about it where it's like intimate. He's like right there, and he's just got so much character and feel to his voice and the songs. Well, we got the interview coming up with him that we'll be releasing at a later date, but
Awesome.
Chris is the man. Best show I've ever been to still. Like, love going to his shows. Shout out to Stapleton. Shout out to San Francisco. Awesome. Did a great job hosting that Super Bowl.
It's the second time I've been to San Fran for a Super Bowl, man, and both of them were so much fun, man.
The only negative is like how far the stadium is away from the San Francisco like city area, like you're driving to go to it. But most of the stuff throughout the week is centrally located in San Fran, which isn't that bad.
We grew up in a era of like fandom, and Cleveland did this to us. Cleveland had all sporting events in one located area. The Gateway District in Cleveland was that. It was you had the Tribe, you had Jacobs Field, you have Gund Arena, you know what I mean? They kept it all downtown right there. And it was just, it made it easy, and it made so much sense in our minds. The owners, they get so much more opportunity getting to the outskirts of the city. And it's hard to argue with those opportunities. And we're dealing with it right now in Kansas City. Like we're going over to Kansas, but at the same time, it's like, if you look at that deal in terms of a owner, like that's one of the greatest opportunities you could ever get as an owner. And I think it's going to be unbelievable once it's finally set in stone, but it is going to be kind of heartbreaking knowing that the Chiefs are going to move away from Arrowhead and that side of like the Missouri side of Kansas City. And it's just a part of the old, professional sports. It is a business at the end of the day. And I think a lot of circling back to the San Fran deal, man, it was still awesome to be around the city of San Francisco, feel the culture, feel the excitement that was going on all week inside that city. And then it's still a beautiful stadium that they played the Super Bowl at. So,
well, listen, I hear what you're saying. And if I was an owner, I might feel differently, but fuck that. Keep those stadiums in the cities. I know you guys want to make all your money and you want to have your shows and you want to do all this stuff.
I hear you, man.
The fans pay a lot of the money for you guys to have all these things and for the NFL to exist. And I don't like the stadiums moving. I don't like the Cleveland's moving out of Cleveland. I don't like that. Well, the Arrowhead's already outside of Arrowhead, so I don't really care that much whether it's in Missouri or Kansas. But like, I don't know, man, these cities, there's something awesome about going downtown into the heart of Cleveland to go see a Browns game. And
I hear you.
They could figure out a way to build a new stadium downtown. Like you could build a big, beautiful stadium right down there. And you can do the same thing in Kansas City. You could do the same thing in all these places. And then it wouldn't be an hour and a half drive out there. I get that these owners want to make money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know why I don't like it. I don't like it.
I hear you, dude. I hear
that's all
you.
I got.
We're both on the same train in that regard. It's just kind of how we're built, man. Once again, Bold Topics is brought to you by Pepsi. Let's move on to some Stamps of the Week. Stamps of the Week is brought to you by Raising Cane's.
Yeah, buddy.
Our friends over at Raising Cane's threw a bunch of fucking parties.
I met Todd Graves for the first time.
Nice. You actually got to say what's up to him?
He's at the New Heights party.
Nice, man.
I don't need to read any other nominee. I know where I'm going. Stamp of the Week goes to Jeff Stoutland. Listen, Jeff Stoutland resigned from his post with the Philadelphia Eagles this past week. After 13 years as the offensive line coach, just coached a ton of incredible players. Jason Peters, Todd Hermans, Evan Mathis, myself, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata turned him from a rugby player into an all-pro left tackle. Got Cam Jurgens do a Pro Bowl last year. Landon Dickerson do some Pro Bowls. Isaac Seumalo. Like he's done such an incredible job within the Philadelphia Eagles organization, and he's been such a mainstay throughout multiple head coaches at this point. It just sucks to see him go selfishly as an Eagles fan and as somebody who played with them and somebody that I still goes to the facility. I still go to NovaCare on a regular basis, and I'm not going to be able to see Stout anymore. And that just, it's frustrating for me. And I think frustrating for a lot of people in that building because he was a personality that was, a lot of people gravitated towards. And, this is the reality of the business. Coach, I love you. I don't know what's next, but whatever it is, whether it's coaching or whatever, I know you're going to be great at it as you always are. And, I get that the team is trying to move forward and really embrace this new system and, really redesign what this offense is. I wish Stout could have been a part of that, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And, anyways, love you, Coach. Couldn't be more happy to have been coached by and 27 Pro Bowl linemen were with Stout over that 13 years. Wild.
You already know, man. We got so much respect for him, and he's one of those guys that you meet in crossing just because you were playing for him, or I got to meet in crossing just because you were playing for him, and he's one of those guys that you would fucking just know you'd love playing for, man. And it's across the board. Anybody that runs into him knows you're going to get everything this guy has, and on top of that, he's going to be real about it, and we're going to get shit done. One of the best ball coaches that I've known from afar, and could be more proud to say congrats on everything that your career has gotten to this point, Coach Stout, man. We love you over there. And at the same time, if you ever want to come on a podcast and talk some ball with some old has-beens, man, come on over, dude.
Always welcome. Would love that.
Always.
All righty, what else do we want to get into?
Who do I want to give a shout out to? The quarterback of the Super Bowl, Sammy Darnold, man. You get my fucking stamp of the week, stamp of the year, man.
There we go.
We're so fucking happy for you, man. And the world is happy for you. You've weathered the storm perfectly to where everybody's fucking rooting for you. And I'm so just, ecstatic for you, dog. Stamp of the week because you fucking fought through the bullshit and you're the fucking crown champion, man. You're at the top of the fucking mountain. Couldn't be happier for you, man. And that wraps up Stamp of the Week, brought to you by Raising Cane's. Get to your Raising Cane's. Enjoy some chicken and some toast. Some toast. Don't forget the toast. Thanks to our partner, Expedia.
When we travel, we like to keep things simple.
Of course we do. Expedia is the all-in-one travel shop. When planning trips, flights, hotels, vacation rentals, cars, activities, you name it, it has all of it right there.
It does, and that's easily the best thing about using it, is that it is all right there. You don't have to go to 15 different sites and yada, 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 bada bing, bada boom. You can package it all up in one bundle on Expedia. That's what I've always enjoyed about it. And listen, especially when you're doing it with a big family trip or a trip with the guys, it gets complicated if you're having to go to all these different things, right? So that's where it really comes in handy for me.
With Expedia, you can book however you want, lock everything in at once, or book it piece by piece, flight by flight, and then house by house, and then car by car. You can just do it by your needs.
And when you bundle on Expedia, you can save up to 30%.
It just makes sense. One place, everything you need, no bouncing between apps.
Expedia, the one place you go to go places.
Members only. Savings vary, and see the site for details.
Thank you to our partner, Pepsi.
Oh, I love a good wild cherry Pepsi. Over the weekend, you probably saw Pepsi's new spot with the polar bear doing the Pepsi challenge. And look, we got to talk about it because it's actually kind of wild.
It is. It's the Pepsi paradox. Basically, when you take the labels off and just go by taste, people choose Pepsi every single time.
Everybody knows this. They brought back the Pepsi challenge. And get this, 2/3 of people said Pepsi Zero Sugar tastes better than the competition.
And Pepsi Zero Sugar won in 100% of the markets they tested. That's not just winning. That's dominating.
Break out the brooms because that's what I call a clean sweep.
Don't trust us. Find Pepsi Zero Sugar near you and let your taste decide.
Because you deserve taste. You deserve Pepsi. Thank you to our sponsor, Allstate.
Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. That's smart.
Not checking the weather before a work trip? Not smart.
Nothing says professional like shivering on the sideline.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates in Northbrook, Illinois. Let's get to the Hall of Fame portion of today's show. That's right. First ballot Hall of Famer Drew Brees. We had a chance to talk to him over in San Francisco, and it did not disappoint. Get ready. Oh, quick shout out to Chase Daniels. Sorry in advance. It was not us. Our guest today is a former walk-on quarterback from Purdue. He is a 5-time All-Pro, 13-time Pro Bowl, and 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, the second most passing yards in NFL history, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, and also, now officially, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Please welcome Drew Brees.
I mean,
Cheers to that, baby. Drew, you're the man, brother. Thank you so much for coming on.
thank you.
I guess we got to start with the Hall of Fame. It just happened.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Dan Fouts. That's how you found out.
Yeah. That knock came about 3 weeks ago. It was a great setup,
Supercharger himself.
I know. So I share a birthday with my oldest son, Dalen.
Okay.
So he's born on my 30th birthday. So we had a birthday weekend. It's always Martin Luther King weekend. So really the weekend's about him, just doing whatever he wants to do. So then Monday rolls around, and my daughter, who's 11, is like the light of my life, just says, "Dad, I want to take you out to eat." I'm like, oh,
Nice.
oh, this is the greatest. So my wife, my daughter, they're ready to go. 5:00, be ready. We're going to take you out to eat. So I'm ready. And the boys are messing around doing something upstairs. I'm like, boys, let's go. You know, Rylan wants to take Dad out to eat. Let's go. And they're messing around. So now I'm starting to get a little fired up. I'm like,
You're like, yo,
Rylan said 5:00. We're leaving the house. I'm like about to get in the car and leave them all.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here's the knock at the door. And I'm like, who's knocking at the door now? We're trying to leave. You know, my daughter set this up. I just want this to be special for her. And then there's Mr. Supercharger Dan Fouts himself in the gold jacket.
That is incredible.
Welcoming me into the Hall of Fame. So they had me. It was a good setup.
What happens when you feel that? Like, do you like think about your career? Like you think about like, I don't, it's got to be crazy in that moment, right?
Yeah, it was, like I said, like my mind was totally elsewhere. So it was such a shock. And I mean, obviously cameras, you know, and NFL films and everything too. And then all of a sudden it's the rush of emotion. And, just thinking about getting to that moment and just everything that's transpired. And I immediately look at my family. And I mean, honestly, I played so much longer than I ever thought I would. And in many cases, I did it because I wanted my kids to remember what Dad did.
So cool, man.
And then I'm looking at them and, you know, I see their eyes welling up and just, you know, lost it.
That's
Fuck
awesome,
yeah,
brother.
man.
So cool.
Beautiful family. Walk on to Hall of Famer, brother. Not many can say that, dog. I only know one that may have a chance.
Will you shut up? So what's the process now? Have you already thought about like what picture you're going to use for your bust? Like, who's going to introduce you?
I know who's going to introduce me,
You know
but
that.
I can't say because I
Yeah, of
want
course.
to make
Please
that
do not.
special. But
Yeah.
it's you start thinking about those. I mean, literally each moment since then has gotten me a little closer to reality. You know, at that time, it's still so surreal, and you just want to pinch yourself, and you're not sure if this is just a dream.
Yeah.
But I'd say yesterday, before they announced it at Honors, a couple hours before, all our class of Hall of Famers, you know, got into a room. So Larry Fitzgerald, Luke
Incredible
Kuechly, Adam
class.
Vinatieri,
Like,
Roger Craig.
I mean, they're all good. Trav, you got to tell us.
Dude, we're sitting there. We got a front row seat to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we're seeing everybody come out. You're the last to come out. He taps me on the arm. He's like, dude, this is a great class. I'm like, yeah, Jason, it's the Hall of Fame. Did you expect to not know anyone they were saying?
But how many first ballot guys? Like, I don't know. It does feel like a special
I hear
class.
you.
I would say this.
100%.
I don't know the last time you actually went and looked at each class of Hall of Famers.
It's been a while
since they started doing this.
Yeah, okay.
But literally every class, it's almost like each one is like, whoa, that was a great class. Whoa,
Seriously.
like that was a great. I mean, every one of them,
Yeah.
it just makes you realize just how elite it is. And I think that the feeling last night after we were called onto the stage, and then all the Hall of Famers start matriculating out of the crowd and coming up on
Yeah,
stage, and
absolutely.
So
I mean, it's
cool,
like this
man.
indoctrination, like welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like wow.
Man.
So do you go in? I know you retire as a certain franchise usually. Do you go into the Hall of Fame as a specific one?
Organization?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's Saints, obviously.
Hey!
I mean, there's no
That
question.
was the
Bring
one
the-
thing that was
bring the
always,
ring.
so
You already know.
nothing
Well,
against Fouts, but that was a little thing that was surprising to me. Is there like a personal connection there? Like why Chargers and not like a former Saint.
So he was one of the first guys that I spoke with when I was drafted, was Dan Fouts.
Got it.
So cool.
Obviously, his
Okay.
legendary status.
Did he tell you to just throw to the biggest guy on the field or what, dude?
Yeah.
'Cause he had
Winslow.
Kellen Winslow
Yeah,
Sr.,
Winslow,
dude.
exactly.
He had like the beginning of like this era of tight end.
Oh man,
for sure.
Charlie Joyner and Chandler, and they were some dudes. You know, he's been great to me ever since I signed. You know, first signed in the league, and obviously a Charger legend. Ironically, that Coryell offense was one that we ran when I was first in
That's so
San
cool.
Diego.
Yeah.
So there was a connection there too.
Awesome.
So that was pretty unique.
Give me all the ins and outs, man. That's awesome, dog.
You're going in with a division rival, Luke Kuechly. Did he give you as many headaches as
Nice.
he did to me trying to figure?
Listen,
He
I
was
love my
calling
Texas.
out our plays. Like, I'm like, what are you stealing this? How are you this good
Yeah.
at knowing what we're about to do?
I'll be honest. I think again, and you never know how the class is going to shake out, but especially Larry Fitzgerald and Luke Kuechly. Like I've always had a real special bond with Larry.
He's the best, dude.
Funny because you see each other from afar. I know he was never going to get out of Arizona, and I was certainly never going to leave New Orleans. The only time we had a chance to play together was in Pro Bowls. I mean, how awesome are Pro Bowls? You have a chance to be with these guys that you just have so much respect
I
for.
still remember you calling out the mic at one of my Pro Bowls. I'm like, I'm freaking Drew Brees is out. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
bro, you wired, man. Hey, Ray, I only know one way.
I'm like,
We're trying to win, too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, where we
I
slide?
think Jason, just take it easy, man. I got this, bro.
You got it. You got it,
Let's,
Jason.
Lee, let's go over here.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get you a double on Aaron Donald over here real quick. No, that was so. Like my first Pro Bowl touchdown pass was Larry Fitzgerald. Like
Nice.
we've had a bond our whole
that's
career,
fucking sweet,
and really
man.
leaned on each other for a lot of things. And then honestly, Luke Kuechly, best defensive player I've ever played against.
Seriously.
And it was in the division, obviously. And like, so when I truly say like an iron sharpens iron, guys that just make you better,
Yeah.
like because you have to be. Like you knew going into that game, like I have to be my absolute best against this dude.
Yeah.
And so he just brought out the best in me, in us.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate that about him. Such an unbelievable competitor. But like off the field, like the most genuine dude. Like I've spent
Couldn't
more
agree
time
more.
with
Yeah.
him over the last
A1.
24 hours.
Cincinnati guy.
I'm like, dude, I
Those
love
Ohio
this guy.
ball players, man. There's something about them.
I
Those
know,
Ohio
exactly,
ball
right?
players.
Cincinnati,
I
you know.
like my Ohio ball players and my Texas gunslingers.
Yeah,
baby.
you know what I'm
already
saying?
know how it goes.
Texas cattle ranchers. you know.
The biggest surprise with Larry Fitzgerald to me was that he found a pair of corduroy pants that fit him. I mean, he is thick on the bottom half now.
Bro,
Like,
I guarantee you, he can move to the tight end room right now and still go for fucking 1,000 yards.
Solid
and
genetics.
10
there, you know.
touchdowns. Exactly.
Solid genetics.
No, Larry's the man. What I still remember my first college experience was Larry Fitzgerald playing Notre Dame over in Pitt, man.
Yeah. Making freakish catches.
Watching him in like just like routes on air or pack and go, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, man, this dude is the fucking man. It was before.
agreed. Same thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
It
could
was
just
insane.
tell it was just like, man, this dude's
He's
fucking
different.
got it.
Different.
man.
but even honestly, the play that I remember the most from his career, which is stupid, that he probably will hate that I say this, the James Harrison interception in the Super Bowl.
effort.
Yes.
He is like completely out of the play.
Yeah.
Running out of bounds, like over woods and tree trunks and doing anything he can to try and make this tackle. I'm just like, dude, that's amazing. Like that is the effort and like what makes somebody different. Like who is going to give that amount of effort and not just like a special teams guy who's has to kind of do that to survive, a Hall of Fame level, like best receiver of all time.
I
type
actually,
guy.
when the class was announced, I started just reflecting on all the plays that I could remember all these guys making.
Yeah.
Obviously, that Super Bowl stood out. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
we've all had those moments where, look, you're in a game like that, there's a ton of exceptional players on the field.
Yes.
But then there's those times where like one just rises above the rest.
Yeah.
And you're just like, for this entire game, that is the best player on the field. That game was a moment like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Where you like that play.
Mhm.
And then the one where they took the lead at the end before the Steelers
With the
went
slant,
down.
Yeah.
It's like 2-man and he beats the corner inside on
And then
like just a little
splits the
delay route,
safeties,
splits the
dude.
safeties and gone. You're like,
yeah.
this dude is the best player on the field.
Seriously.
Right?
Dude, it felt
Yeah.
like he had
And he was
one of
still
those
young in his
every
career.
game,
I mean, it's
man.
only
Yeah.
like year 5, maybe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
08.
Something like that. Yeah. He was young.
What a guy, man.
So we did have a potential Hall of Famer come out of retirement this year. Was there a call when Bo Nix went down?
You had to
Dude,
have had
I
a
would say
few,
I've
dude.
I've had some conversations and I've had some moments.
Yeah.
I've had some moments.
Yeah.
I would say this, like my body feels great. My mind sharp as ever.
Yeah.
Shoulder, wrist, not having it. And like to the point where there was a moment this year where I was drinking a tequila, and something happened where I thought there might be a chance I would play that week. And I literally switched to water, and I started thinking about going to bed early and getting up the next day and like getting my body nice and loose and going out and throwing to see if I could even pull it off.
Yeah.
And boy, I was like so mentally right and got up, got the body loose, went out there, grabbed the ball, threw a couple. My 13-year-old son was catching for me.
Let's go.
And it was just like, it's not there. I would have been able to like break that glass 10 feet away.
Well, you got to take the Toradol first. You forgot the Toradol.
I was going to say, yeah. The good stuff was not in the system.
Yeah, right.
The good stuff was not in the system. But no, it's honestly, look, I really think I'd still be playing if the shoulder and the wrist wouldn't have started to let me down.
Sure.
I started to lose quite a bit of pop, and it's one of those things where you know where to go with the ball, but can I get it from point A to point B in the amount of time that it needs to get there in order to be effective? And unfortunately,
fuck yeah,
that left.
Man, oh man. Dude, you played with some fucking legends in the tight end room. Obviously, Tonio, Jimmy Graham, the years that I was turning into a tight end in college were you and Jimmy just going absolutely nuts, man. And that really changed those years with like Gage, Jimmy being those basketball guys and like really being able to be that mismatch. And then you obviously Gronk you throw into the fold. Do you feel that Jimmy, I don't know, I don't want to say this the wrong way. I feel like he's never gotten the true respect that he deserves at the tight end position. Like, I want to give Jimmy some love because what he's done to change the game, I don't think is talked about enough.
Okay.
I agree.
And
1,000%. Jimmy was so rare. I mean, here was a guy who played 4 years of basketball in Miami, right? Had a 5th year of eligibility, and it was just like, I played a little high school football. I'll go out here and see if I can, run some red zone fades, which I think he caught 11 balls, 7 tutties his 5th year, senior year.
What's that?
And at that point, look, I credit Sean, I credit our scouting department. Like those guys had a knack for seeing like some raw talent. But even seeing through that to like this guy, once we polish him up and like get him in this system, and he's going to be exceptional. So we brought Jimmy in as a 3rd round pick in 2011. We had Shockey.
Oh,
Shockey now.
Yeah.
That was Trav's favorite.
Dude, you already know, man. You want to talk about attitude, man.
Yeah. And we were doing some interesting things with Shock that honestly, like we did with Gates in San Diego. But it was kind of like this, at any time, just displace him, split him out to the single receiver side. We had this whole system of signals. We try to do it in man situations, so we got some favorable matchup, and then we just go to town over here, right?
Well, yeah, I can relate.
That became Jimmy's thing. But man, Jimmy was just a gazelle. He was just he was a deer at first. It was like, man, he could run,
but he had
his hips and
coming out.
Well, no, he had an edge. He had something to prove, like chip on his shoulder, big time. But it was a great first year opportunity for him because Shockey was the guy, and then Jimmy was kind of like the bring him in certain situations and just bring him along.
Oh yeah.
And by the time 2011 came around, it was like he was ready, and then that was his breakout year.
We're
literally
him and Gronk,
bro. Like
you already know
going into that last season, that last game, we were playing Carolina. I can't remember who New England was playing, but they were fighting for, I think it was most yards by a tight end
and touchdowns. I think
right?
They both ended up with over 15 that year. It's crazy.
But literally, like from drive to drive, it was I'd come over to the sideline and be like, "Where's Gronk?" Like, he's 10 yards ahead. Okay, well, let's run. That's high corner to Jimmy, right?
Awesome.
That's a good teammate right there, baby.
Boom. Unfortunately, our game ended first, so Gronk got the record. But literally, it was one of those like.
I wonder if they were doing the same thing.
Oh, totally. They're keeping track of it, right? For sure.
That's the best, man.
Honestly, the most unfortunate thing, and literally when I say like, Jimmy and I cried on the phone together when we traded him.
Man.
Cried on the phone together. He was with us for 5 years. And could you imagine what 5 more years would have been like?
Right.
At a point where we were just so, like the chemistry was so strong, right?
You guys created a whole new play. Like there was like the goal line fade, and then there was the Jimmy Graham just fucking throw it to him. This dude would literally just go and post up like in the paint. Yeah. And it was like it was a fade, but it wasn't a fade. It was more just like a jump ball.
We had 5 different back shoulders. Right?
It's crazy. Right? It's crazy.
Yeah. It was the DB's here back shoulder, or I'm just going to stand in front of him and you throw it up. There's the bottom line is if you're 6'7", 270, there is nobody. A dude could be standing right next to you. There's still a place I can throw the ball to you.
Man, my 270 looks way different than that 270.
This does bring up something to me that I do want to. I have never understood why. Like, why doesn't every team just have one guy that's a monster that is a guaranteed touchdown. Like, think about like the tush push, right? It's a guaranteed first down every time you're first down. There are so many goal line stands throughout a year that happen inside the 5. If you could every time know you got a 6'10", like just get an NBA guy that wasn't quite good enough in the NBA and just throw him a jump ball. I don't know. Is it harder than that? Am I making this?
Yes, it's way harder than what you're making it. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Well, I don't. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking two guys that would know. I don't think it looks that hard.
And maybe have him rush on kick block too, so he can be, he's got
Exactly.
a little special teams value.
There you go.
That's all you need. You just got
Just bring Shaq out of retirement and throw him the ball. He's still going to catch it, right?
But to your point, I think there was like I think Gates revolutionized the game in a lot of ways. I mean, really before that, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham, right? These kind of basketball guys that came over and applied a lot of that skill set to what they were doing as tight ends. Jimmy was all heart, man, all heart, and I really wish we could have had 5-7 more years together.
Yeah, I know. I had to show him some love, dog.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Trev. So Hall of Fame, but it wasn't always roses, right? It wasn't always the easiest thing. Mentioned earlier, walk on at Purdue. Early in your career, like a lot of turmoil coming from the Chargers to the Saints. What was that like? Like a lot of people, you had the injury and what's going on with the shoulder, all this stuff. What was that like for you at that moment?
The injury was devastating in San Diego because I really thought there was a moment where I thought I wouldn't play football again. I mean, I'd been through a lot with the Chargers. I got drafted there in the 2nd round to back up Doug Flutie, which was the best thing that ever could have happened to me because Doug Flutie was my style of quarterback. We were both undersized, right?
Yeah.
He was 5'9.5", $180, right? But the guy had played 22 years of professional football.
Right.
4 different leagues.
He was Mahomes before Mahomes from the perspective of like the niftiness.
Magic.
And just making it happen outside.
Yeah.
And we would do a lot of under center stuff because it was kind of a bit more pro style, 2-back, I-back field, running power, running different weak lead schemes. And,
you got LT,
and then the play action, LT, right. And Lorenzo Neal as our fullback, right?
Dude.
Low.
Yeah, man.
And Doug Flutie at times would backpedal a 7-step drop from under center. When's the last time you saw that? This is like Fran Tarkenton stuff, But like he was just an old school dude.
Yeah.
He did push-ups, sit-ups, ran hills, and played basketball. That was his like strength and conditioning program, and just threw the ball, just played ball. He was like backyard ball.
Hell yeah.
But he was the epitome of, I got to get the ball out a little bit sooner than normal. Just put a little air under it, right? Throw that little 2-ball, man, right?
Yeah.
Just lay it over the wheel in front of the safety to that end cut before he's out of the grate. So like his level of timing and anticipation was second to none. So I learned so much just from observation and watching him. Had a chance to compete against him my 2nd year, won the job, and then he backed me up for 3 years after that. Now I was benched 3 times in those 3 years with Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
The first one I deserved it. The second one kinda. The third one I didn't think I deserved it, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
And had a knockdown, drag-out, screaming match with Marty Schottenheimer on the sideline in December in Pittsburgh, and then in the hallway after, and then in his office the next day.
no.
Holy cow.
And at the end of the day, like I knew this. Marty was always making decisions that he thought were in the best interest of the team, even if I didn't agree with him.
Yeah.
But I love the man, and he developed me in so many ways, character, leadership. But I love and respect that man so much. But finally kind of got to the point where through those ups and downs and through that adversity, I'd earned the starting spot, made my first Pro Bowl in 2004, kind of team goes to the playoffs. Even though they drafted Phillip Rivers, Flutie was still there. Like I was the guy, and I'd kind of established myself. And then last game of the season in 2005, going into an offseason where I didn't have a contract, but I was hoping to get like that long-term commitment.
Yeah.
And I go down with a dislocated throwing shoulder, right? Literally arm stuck like this, walking off the field.
Damn.
I get to the sideline, they pop that thing back in, and I'm just going, man, I'm probably never going to put a Charger uniform on again. And it's like, I may never play football again. Some doctors told me I had a 25% chance of coming back and playing again.
Man.
So like just absolutely devastating. And yet, I mean, tested me in so many ways, but also I think strengthened just my faith in the unseen and unknown that God's got a plan for me. And
That's awesome, man.
it may not be in San Diego, and that's okay. I just have to trust it. And that's how New Orleans opportunity came along.
No doubt.
Smooth sailing from there. Dude, do you think the QBs in today's game are on a real short leash? Does it feel like that, or do you think it's fair still that you gotta show up when you're called upon?
I think we do most of them a disservice. I mean, look, there's high expectations, right? And
Exactly,
I think it's the coaches are on short leashes. The fan bases, want a winner now.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Sam Darnold and everything that he's overcome. I think
Man.
it's a highly inspirational,
No
story
doubt.
and journey. And there's a few others like that. Baker Mayfield, kind of a similar situation. I think there's so much to play in this position, as you know.
That's why I got out of there, dude.
Former Q.
Exactly.
Always ready for the double pass.
Whenever.
Always ready for the double pass.
Like you said, I don't know if I can get it there anymore, so I'll just lateral it. I can still pitch at 5 yards. I'm good.
Yeah. I think there's, in most cases, too, these high draft picks are going to teams that obviously have a lot of holes to fill as well.
Yeah.
And so
I think, who was it? Aikman was saying.
Aikman had a very good quote.
A lot of these organizations are failing these QBs more than they're failing the organizations.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, when you play the game long enough, you can pinpoint it. You can see which ones that are, maybe getting that disturbance that you're talking about, and others that are just, need to make those strides.
I would say this. Yeah, I mean, look, I sat for a year behind Flutie. So valuable for me. Mahomes sat for a year behind Alex Smith. I'm sure. So valuable for him. Brady sat for a year behind Bledsoe.
True.
Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 years. Jordan Love sat for 3 years behind him. There is something to sitting for a period of time because you will glean a ton. And then when it is your time, a little more of like feeling like you've earned it too, and this is my opportunity. I've been preparing for this opportunity. Here we go. As opposed to if you're going to throw a guy in the fire right away, man, there's going to be ups and downs. You just got to be ready for it, and you got to be patient with it.
No doubt. And I think it's also like when you go into a room with a guy that's been doing it for a long time, so many of these guys, like the coach is one thing, but seeing a player playing the position and how they prepare. Like I do remember this vividly. When we drafted Carson Wentz, they purposely went and got Chase Daniels because he was with you in New Orleans. And like they were doing, is like showing Carson how you prepared.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to get in at 6 a.m. We're going to do this. This is how Drew prepared. And like all of that, like it's so important to have that perspective of it for some of these young Qs as well.
I have two theories around when a quarterback's going to be ready.
Yeah.
Number one is having a great veteran backup or veteran starter who starts in front of you for a period of time before you then have the opportunity, which is kind of what we just talked about.
Right.
The second is I think you need roughly 50 high-level starts before you are really like there and ready.
Yeah.
Those high-level starts could be college.
Okay.
Like plenty of times we've seen this potential drafted, but they only had 15 college starts. Well, if that's the case, it's going to take them 3 years before they're ready. I'm just telling you, right? So then start looking at the guys like Brock Purdy, undersized, all these things, like 50 college starts at Iowa State. So I can tell you, most of the times when they step foot on the field, they were the underdog.
Yeah,
right?
Ball,
he was having to
He was
play,
throwing a lot of balls.
They were having to punch well above their fighting weight.
Oklahoma, Texas still in the conference, everything.
Right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
In some big
you know what I'm
games,
saying?
yeah.
So he comes in and you're like, okay, he's got some experience. Like he's got something to him. Hence why maybe this success happened a little bit quicker. And he's playing for a really good team with some good players, right? There's some other examples of that. But yeah, I think it's the number of starts really has a lot to do with their readiness.
Yeah.
I think to step into that role too.
Okay. I like it.
How about I got Chase Daniels making a hell of a fucking living in the NFL?
Dude,
Huh?
We don't need to. Come on, stop.
All three of us played with him.
I know. I love Chase. Chase lives down the street from me in
Does
San
he?
Diego right now. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got to bust Chase balls. I think the last stat I saw, the most money earned per snap in the NFL than any man in
I've
history.
heard that same stat. I think it's got to be
Chase,
accurate.
well done, bro.
Well done. Hacked it.
Hey.
Hacked the system.
Hey, but to his credit, always fucking ready. Always ready, always prepared. First one in, last one out guy.
Dude, you talk about like chip on the shoulder. I messed with Chase. I'm like, dude.
Him and Mizzou was fucking fun
Yeah.
to watch. Him and J-Mac.
Yeah. I was like, I've never seen a quarterback in the NFL shaped like high school nose guard, bro. But you did it. Bro, you did it. Huh? You made it.
Oh, my God.
You're here. You did it.
That's great. That is great.
Chase the best. I love you, Chase.
That's so good.
Back to your career. You go from the Chargers and you end up in New Orleans. First of all, how close were you to ending up at Miami Dolphins?
Miami, yeah. Close. I mean, on paper, like that was an obvious decision. It was Miami all the way. Miami had Nick Saban. They had just come off a 9-7 season where they won like the last 7 in a row. So they kind of had it figured out. Defense was lights out. Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor.
Oh, yeah,
Saban
baby.
leading it. Their offense, I loved all their coaching staff. Mike Mularkey was the OC. Jason Garrett, quarterback coach.
Yeah.
Hudson Houp was their O-line coach, who had been our O-line coach the year before when we had won the division. Loved HUD. They were running the same offense that we were running. Like Miami Dolphins. I'm sitting there eating dinner on Wayne Huizenga's yacht. He's there at dinner talking about, hey, we're gonna go play golf in Scotland every summer with Dan. I got a helicopter over there. We're just going to hop around. No state income tax. I'm like, dude, this is on paper, Miami, here I come.
Yeah.
Right? And then on the flip side, you got New Orleans, right? 6 months post-Katrina, some unknown head coach named Sean Peyton, right?
Yeah.
Who's this guy, right? And ironically, 5 years previous, when I was being like in the draft, Tom Condon, my agent, I had probably 15 teams that I thought might draft me. And he's like, we're going through that list leading up to draft day. And he's like, man, you got all these great possibilities. He's like, man, honestly, the only one I would really not want you to go to is the New Orleans Saints. Like kind of dysfunctional party town, this and that. Like, so I had that ringing in my head as well, right? So again, on paper, it's like, this is so obvious and I'm not leaving anything to chance. I'm going to go and I'm going to give each one like it's fair opportunity. And like the Miami trip was amazing with the exception of they put me through the ringer, like 6 hours of this medical testing. Cause I was only 8 weeks post-op on an 8-month rehab. So I was nowhere close. I mean, my arm, I'm still kind of in a sling, and I can't do anything. And they do the saline solution, the contrast MRI. So I'm like in an MRI for 2 hours, just aching, right? I get out of that. They stick these big needles in my shoulder to test nerve endings. They're wanting to test everything. So I got this feeling of like doubt. Like they don't really, and then their doctors were the ones who told Saban, we think he's got a 25% chance of ever coming back and playing again.
Jeez. Holy cow.
And I go to New Orleans and it's like, you are our guy. Like Sean Peyton, Mickey Loomis, you're our guy. We're building this offense around you. They did everything they could to kind of roll out the red carpet despite all the circumstances. I mean, New Orleans was still destroyed. Right?
Right.
And the epic story is Sean Peyton, after this great visit there, gets lost in the Lakeview neighborhood. And we're driving through there and houses are off of foundations, Chevy truck upside down a living room. All of a sudden car stops. There's a tugboat in the middle of the road. And I'm looking at my wife like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? But it was also one of those moments like, man, this is so much bigger than just football.
Right.
Like we get to be a part of one of them, the resurrection of one of America's greatest cities. Like this is God's calling in our life. And so that was the determining factor.
There's so much beauty down there that got restored through you guys bringing that happiness to them, man. Fucking kudos, brother. That's
amazing.
That's a crazy story though. You went from literally being like, that's what free agency is like? You get to go on yachts and get told you get to golf all over the world with everyone to like sit in an MRI room for 2 hours. That's crazy, man.
You end up with Sean Peyton.
Yeah.
What are your first impressions of Sean? And what was it like to be coached by him?
I would say this. There were moments, and look, this stayed true for 15 years, where I thought Bill Parcells was standing in front of us.
Really?
Well, he was I would say, look, his biggest influence is John Gruden, Bill Parcells. Like when he would get up and start installing offensive football, we're gonna run through here. It was like John Gruden, right? But then when he would get pissed off and like go try to go toe to toe with somebody or challenge somebody or get confrontational, dude, it was Parcells, man.
Yeah.
It was all Parcells. Yeah. Like in fact, there were those moments where I could tell he would get up in the team meeting. I could just watch him walk in. I'd be like, shit, he's
going to be one of these.
I could feel it, and we were going to get it, but it was good. I mean, it was wisdom.
You see him and Bo Nix's relationship and see a little bit of the
beginning
stages.
There's some fire.
Yeah.
There's some fire.
Bo throws it back at him too.
Dude, absolutely. And I think Sean appreciates that.
That's what I was going to say the same thing. We had Howard Mudd early in my career in Philly.
Oh yeah.
And I felt like he used to sometimes just yell at you to see what your response would be. And I think that sometimes it's like more even mental, like they want that like fire out of a guy. And like, if you're willing to answer that, you're willing to stick up for yourself. Like, no, coach, I think that this is what you told me. And you know what I mean? That goes a little bit with those guys.
What I appreciated so much about Sean was he had an ability to order the chaos, like to block out all the noise and just give you a very a very defined like keys to victory.
Yeah.
And narrow it down to the point where, hey, man, this is our vision. Like this is the path to get there. And now let's go execute. He instilled confidence in guys. He had a way to motivate guys through kind of humor. As coaches just have a knack. Like, I give an example. It was like we had a safety one time who was getting all kinds of interceptions. But he wanted to bust his balls in practice just to kind of keep him honest. So he's like, hey, you know, DB's like, he's going to intercept it, but we got to block everybody because he's slow. He's slow as molasses. They're going to hawk him before he gets to the end zone. So we got to block everybody in order for him to get in.
That's
he would
great.
just make comments like that,
Yeah.
just in case you started, you know,
Getting a little bit
feeling
too-
pretty good about yourself, you
Hell
know?
yeah, you
Like he
already
just
know.
keep you honest, hold you accountable, you know? So he had a knack for that. And then I would say just like his open and honesty to you. He was always open door policy. Come see me anytime you want if you want to talk about anything. You may not like what I have to tell you, but I'm always going to be honest with you.
Come on now.
You know?
Listen,
So
tell
guys
me the
come up
truth.
there, I'm not happy about my playing time or this and that. He's like, okay, well, let me tell you why. But now let me tell you how we can rectify that or how we can fix it, how we can get better than that. And he would give you that path and that vision, and he was amazing at that.
That's awesome.
Those are the kind of guys you want to play for, man.
I got to ask this too. Like, very opinionated guy, offensive genius, Sean Peyton.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer, one of the most brilliant minds in the game.
Yeah.
What was it like game planning with you guys? Like, there's like, are you getting plays? Like, how does that go?
Was it full trust, or were you throwing in your input on the Mondays and Tuesdays, getting up to the Wednesdays?
I'd say, I mean, it was very collaborative.
Nice, man.
It's funny. I went back and looked at a 2006 call sheet,
Yeah.
which was our first year. And
Yeah.
this in 2020, I was like, hey, pull up an 06 call sheet. And bro, it was like third grade compared to where we had evolved to
That's
you know, in
awesome,
2020.
man.
And a lot of that, though, was because we had been together so long that it's not like you really eliminate. You just kind of like add little layers to
Oh, yeah, little
everything,
wrinkles to
right? It's
everything,
just
you know
little
what I mean?
wrinkles. His ability just to walk in and be like, hey, you remember in 2010, we're playing the Eagles and we're down there in the red zone. And it's like, oh yeah, coach, like it's amazing the recall you have. Like I
Seriously.
can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, but I can recall a game 15 years ago, right, in the red zone.
I can recall more of the times that it didn't happen, though.
Yeah,
so if
right.
somebody says, oh, it happened, because those are the ones I sit there and I think about for the next 3 days on how to defeat it if I get it again.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that just get like implemented in my
Dude,
brain.
it's trauma. I've thought about this a lot. It's
Okay.
literally like you have these traumatic experiences on game day because it's either something that was like a disappointment that then just lingered and you just like hyper analyzed for the next week,
Dude.
right? Or it was
Exactly.
kind of like one of those like a bit of fear, and it was like some chemical reaction in your
Whether
brain
you're
that just
timid
like
or-
seared
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'm getting
Seared it in your
goosebumps right now
brain.
thinking about this. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, for sure.
But-
Trauma. I like that. That's-
No,
Staring at the ceiling. Why didn't I go left? Why didn't I just outside release this.
Oh,
motherfucker?
yeah.
That was it. That's all I had to do.
No, but you're right there. I wonder what it would be like as a young quarterback coming into a system though that was literally like a 15 years worth of, you know, PhD work to get it to that point.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like kind of having to go back to, you know, square one.
Right.
Because we did evolve so much and there was such a level of trust. Like it got to the point where I knew what he was going to call, when, how, why, right? That whole play caller's intent. I mean, we were just so much on the same page.
That's awesome.
And then the
bro.
communications on the sideline were awesome. Like fourth down, you got to play. You like, hell yeah, coach, I got one. All right, let's go.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Hell yeah.
It's the best kind of moments, man.
Right.
We got to ask you this. We've been asking this one a little bit. Fill in the blank. People forget that blank was a problem. Kind of like somebody that, like, we already kind of did a little bit with Jimmy, but he's not really that forgotten, I guess.
yeah.
Listen.
I'm going to get a plug for my guy, Jari Evans.
Jari
Evans,
Evans.
you know, you got to teach us a little something. Who's
This-
Guard.
Or right
You don't
guard.
know who Jari-
Yeah.
Yell at me,
Top
dude.
15,
I always thought it was
top-
Jari Evans, so I'm sorry, Jari, but yes.
Future Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He was in the top 15 this year. He was top 15
Fuck
last
yeah.
year.
Yes.
Like he
Philadelphia native.
was Philly native,
Yeah.
exactly. 5-time All-Pro.
Mhm.
Like I think for a long period of time, best guard in football.
Well, it was him and Carl Nix, both of those guys.
Absolutely.
were
Having those two dudes-
unbelievable.
You want to hear a good Carl Nix story?
Please.
Please.
All right. So we draft Carl Nix out of Nebraska, like 5th round, which was just a steal, just like because he was one of the most giant human beings you've ever seen, right? Like 6'4", 360 or something. So we have a bunch of injuries. All of a sudden, he's starting at left guard. This is 08, his rookie year, like week 2 or 3. So like, dude, he's fish out of water. And we're short now at O-line too because the guy had gotten hurt. So we're hot practice outside New Orleans. And he's taken every rep, first team, second team. So he's like 35 consecutive plays in, and he's just dragging, sucking air, like it's thick outside. And O-line coach Doug Marrone is just on him, on him, on him. And like I'm stepping up into the huddle again to call a play, and Carl is just kind of bent over, just sucking air. And Marrone, just to kind of make a point, he goes into the huddle to grab Nix to like, you know, stand him up. And I don't know what came over me, but like I just have a rule that when I step in the huddle, it's my huddle.
Mm-hmm.
I want all eyes on me. I'm leading this.
Yeah.
And so when Marone stepped into the huddle, I didn't even think about it. I just reacted. I grabbed Doug Marone and I threw him out of the huddle.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, I got him.
Yeah.
And I looked at Nix and I was going to kind of help him up and be like, come on, big fella, let's go, 10 more plays, whatever.
Yeah.
And Nix just kind of stood up, like bowed his chest down. He looked at me. He's like, man, nobody's ever going to touch you. Like, you got my back, boy. I got
That
you
is
for life.
Awesome. Holy cow, that's great.
And then 4 years later, highest paid guard in football.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
Unfortunately, one with us. It went to the Bucks, but
Both of those guys together were awesome.
they were a problem.
That's
Yeah.
badass. We always end it with one question. We got to take it back to the early days, dog. What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Oh, dude, I'll tell you, the hardest I've ever been hit was Zach Thomas. 2003 in Miami. Again, one of these like trauma moments.
Uh-huh.
So we run like this little fake counter weak play action play. The line is slamming it down. Here comes the guard to kick out the end. Back just kind of chipping off the edge out in the flat. And then you have some, exotic down the field route concept. And so here's Zach Thomas. He reads this guard pull. So he just kind of comes over here. And I come off this play action fake and my eyes are, trying to look down the field. But I see it was like the parting of the Red Sea. And then it's me and Zach Thomas. But he's like 15 yards away.
Full running.
And it's zone. Zach, you're supposed to be like deep middle or like hook over here.
Right.
But it's one of those like, oh, nobody's accounting for me.
I see it.
And he just starts hauling ass. And it's one of those like, oh no. I got time. He's got to take like 15 steps to get to me, right? He closed that gap so fast. And I had to cut this ball loose so much earlier than I wanted to. And I just felt like this is going to be bad. And I threw it and just kind of tried to like spin, turn.
Yeah.
He hit me so hard. Like, I think I did like a double back flip gainer. Landed on my head. Now, they did throw the flag because he did. He hit me square in the side of the head.
Yeah.
Threw the flag. I underthrow the ball by like 15 yards. It gets picked. Sam
Oh,
Madison or
no.
Pastor Tan or one of those guys. But they throw the flag, so we get the play. But I was just like, oh my God, like, is that how hard these dudes hit?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
dog.
amazing.
Right.
Yeah. I do want to ask you, Darren Sproles.
Oh,
We didn't talk
no,
about
you
him at
already
all.
know, yeah.
What was Sproles? I mean, one of my all-time favorite teammates.
All-time favorites. So the first thing I'd say is like, leadership comes in all shapes and sizes.
All right now.
Hey.
And that dude did not have to say a word.
Right.
Like, you just watch the way he works and watch the way he approached his craft.
Yeah.
Like, every rep was a Super Bowl rep, a
Yeah.
full speed rep. Like, I love that dude so much. He was my workout partner in San Diego forever, like just in the off seasons. And actually, the story goes 2011 is the lockout year. I start to get the feeling as we're working out that off season that Reggie's going to get traded, right? And we're all on our own. Like, we're not back at the facility. So there's a lot of just craziness. And right before the season starts, we trade Reggie to the Miami Dolphins. And in the meantime, like, I'm calling Sean Peyton and I'm like, we have to get Sproles. Like, I'm sitting here throwing with him every day.
Yeah.
And he was having a little riff with the Chargers.
Yeah.
And I was like, if we're trading Reggie, we have to get this guy. So sure enough, that happens. We have him for 3 years. Like, we were together. He was drafted to the San Diego Chargers in 2005 when I was there.
Okay.
So our running back room was LaDainian Tomlinson, Mike the Burner Turner. You remember Mike Turner?
Hell yeah, remember
Big Mike T. And then Darren Sproles. And Darren Sproles was our little scat back. But he's a generational player.
Hell yeah.
I think if you're going to watch a choice route reel, like, how do you just arc release out of the backfield, set a linebacker up with a vertical stem, and then break out, crossface, hook it up?
It used to drive me crazy. Anytime we would get, and this is before they started doing like the 5-man fronts with the run and zone. Every other time they bit a bear front, it was man covers. I'm like, why the hell are we not just throwing it to Darren Sproles I'm dead serious. It used to make me mad.
No, totally.
Like, nobody's going to guard this dude in space.
Yeah.
Just throw him the ball. Who's going to tackle him? Like, I was furious.
Here's my other Spolsy story. We're on a 2-minute drive, 2013 against the Niners. That Niners defense was stout, right?
Yeah.
So here you are,
Yeah.
Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis,
Yes.
okay?
Studs.
We're kind of approaching midfield. All we need is a field goal. So they start trying to light us up, right? And I remember at one occasion, I know it's going to be man, and here these two guys are lined up in the A-gaps, and they're going to hit it. And I know I got Jimmy Graham matched up on the matchup I want, but I also know we're going to have to hold up for a second. So I remember just like looking over at Sproles, I just be like, it's going to be like, Navarro Bowman. I'm like, hey, bro, just bowl up just one time on me here.
Please.
It's supposed to get to there.
He was an underrated blocker, man.
I know.
Seriously.
Like this low center of gravity. He was freaking all heart, man. He was all heart, all effort. I love the dude. Like he would step up and do that whenever you needed. He was a stud. One of my all-time favorites, man.
That's awesome.
Drew, you're the man. Thank you so
for the
much,
stories,
brother.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
Congratulations.
Again, man.
Thank
The
you.
legend, dog.
All right, that wraps up another episode of New Heights. Thank you to Drew Brees.
He's so
Man,
much.
he's
He's so electric.
Did not disappoint for 1 second.
Oh, it's the best.
It's incredible. Oh, and let's also not forget about AJ Barner and Cooper Kupp, Super Bowl champions. Can't wait to see what you guys do in the big parade tomorrow. Thanks for coming on the show. Reminder, we are off next week, but we will be back with fresh New Heights starting February 25th. Make sure you're subscribed to the New Heights channel on YouTube and follow New Heights on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to new episodes of New Heights ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Once again, New Heights, a Wondery show, and brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity's got a crazy 5-year plan where you don't got to pay $1 more throughout the entire 5 years. It's crazy stuff. You guys should look into it. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S for fun clips throughout the week. We're going to have a bunch for you after this one. And thanks to New Heights production crew for always making us look way better. And thank you guys for throwing a hell of a fucking party, hell of a fucking Super Bowl week. We love you guys. And also the 92%ers for always tuning in. You guys make this thing possible. So we got a bunch of fun stuff coming up, but I'm going to go get some sleep. I love you guys.